So what we're gonna do today is when I am prepping my client, I like to keep my lines nice and clean and easy because I wanna always be in control of the hair, right? So you see that shiny stuff? That's just something I based her with. I actually like to use my gloss wax. I just put it around the hairline so it helps to prevent staining, especially on a mannequin. Now, as you guys can see, I have her sectioned out. Let's start with the back. So I'm literally just taking from eyebrow to eyebrow all the way around and section this back. Now this technique, you guys, can be done any which way you want. I'm just gonna share with you a basic technique and then you guys can break it down and make it your own. On the top here, I've sectioned her out in 3 quadrants. I just did 3 big triangles. I love working with triangles because it's very easy and it's gonna give a lot of movement to the hair and it can make it look like you've done highlights. Do you see that? 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. I just have them braided so that way you guys can see what I'm gonna be doing. For time's sake, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get through the whole thing, but if not, I've made a little color sheet for you guys. All right, so you can see that sectioning that I will actually post in the comments for you for later on. Where you see the green, that's our Formula 1, which is gonna be the 6 copper gold, which is a dark copper blonde, and then a 9 copper gold, which is a light copper blonde. Then on the purple, Formula 2, I'm gonna be using a 6.4 copper and a 6.8 chocolate. All right, guys? So I just have it sectioned out so you can see the different areas that we're gonna be doing. This is a real simple technique. You can take your regular client that you guys do behind the chair that comes in and likes to get a color retouch. And she always says, I just feel like my hair is boring, right? So it's an easy change, you guys. Just add another color in that matches your level, that kind of goes with whatever color she is. Add in a little bit of flare. This is gonna help to give a lot of dimension in the hair, but it's not gonna use up any extra time because you're not gonna do highlights. Although you can take this technique and you can make it into highlights. So I'm gonna get started. I have my color ready, my 9.43 CG and my 6.43 CG, equal parts. That's gonna be my base, and then my 8 chocolate and my 6.4. All right, that is gonna be my opposite color that I'm gonna use. So typically what I like to do is go around and I like to base the whole hairline. All right, Cindy, you gotta cooperate with us today. I like to go around and base my whole hairline because her whole base is going to be the darker formula, which is the chocolate and the 6.4C. All right. Can you guys all hear me okay? Give me a hands up if you can. I have her a little tall here. So each section, I like to personally start with my, you guys can put either formula. You could do 3 formulas. Doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. Whichever one you think is going to be best. Oh, it's a little slow. I'm going to use my lighter formula in my front section because I want that lightness around her face. She's a level 8 now, and I want to make sure that we don't go too dark for her and scare her. You can do this with a gloss or you can do this with a permanent color, whatever you wish. Today we are using 10 volume with our permanent color. If you want to make it into a demi-like, you can use our zero lift. So I'm just going to quickly go through here and base her. I like to always be in control of the hair, you guys. I think it's very, very important. I'm just going to put on the regrowth area. I personally like to take a comb and kind of blend that through. So it gives it a nice soft transition. And I'm not worried about filling in her hair. I'm going about 2 levels lower, but I also have copper in there and reds in there, so it's gonna help to fill in that hair and give it a nice, beautiful end result. I can't wait for you guys to see the result. I know it's not gonna be as great on camera as it would be in person, but the color is absolutely stunning. How many of you guys are going to be joining us in San Antonio for the replay? It's going to be great education. There's still time to sign up. It's October 10th. We're going to have Matt Sweeney, Beth Minardi's going to be there, Laura Gibson. I'm super excited about this education coming up. We haven't had education for almost 2 years. Hair shows have been done and out. So if you guys get a chance to join us in San Antonio, please do. It's going to be an awesome time. Resetting the Rusk Revolution. So many new exciting coming out for you. All right, guys. So again, I'm just going through right now in this first section, and I'm using triangular sectioning in the hair. I'm putting my base on, and then I'm gonna go through the top section here and put the base in the whole head. And then we'll go back through and we'll put our second formula and pull it through. Again, you guys, this is just a really easy, simple way that you can give dimension into the hair, but not have to worry about taking a crazy amount of extra time. This is first section. Come on over to my second section. And again, still using my chocolate and my 6-4 copper. Keeping everything clean, partings. So that way I can get through the hair very quickly and know where I'm going. You guys, using triangular sections is a great way to create different dimensions into the hair without getting complicated. I know a lot of younger stylists or newer stylists, you know, they're always asking me when I'm out teaching classes, well, how do you get those easy colors in there? It looks so hard. It looks like you're doing so much work. And it's really simple. You just always have to have control of what you're doing. If you can see, I'm just tapping it right into the base there. Clean partings. Now this section here is going to be the full chocolate section. So I can go ahead, since I'm already here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this through when I'm done the rest of the head. And then we'll go back and finish the other sections, the other 2 sections. So it's a very simple 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the hair that's gonna give a magnitude of color. And you can do this with lightener, you can do this with, you know, blondes. You don't have to necessarily go so dark, but I really love fall. It's my favorite time of the year. And I love creating fall colors on my clients. What are some of your favorite fall colors, you guys? Share with me some of your favorite fall colors. I love using the mahoganies and the chocolates because you can do so much with them and they contrast so well together. right, you guys see how easy this is? I'm just going through this really quickly. Clean lines. Right now we are just putting the base on her head. And I'll show you guys again in a second how we did the sectioning. I have 3 triangular shapes across the top of her head. I just sectioned out from about her eyebrow, the end of her eyebrow, all the way around. Everything underneath that, I pulled back into a ponytail because I'm gonna use that with just one color, which is my base color that I'm doing all around here. I like to take the comb and kind of just bring it all together. I'm gonna keep that section out. Now I'm gonna go into the back here and do this last section. And again, just putting a base into the hair because I want it to look almost like she has a shadow root. And then this bottom section that you see in the ponytail, that's gonna all be my formula with the chocolate and the 4 copper. I'm sorry, the 6 copper. You could use a 4 copper, right? Again, you guys, this is just something very simple and easy to do to give you ideas that you can create dimension in the hair without having to do a ton of highlights, a ton of time behind the chair. This is a quick and easy technique that you can add in for anybody that's getting a color retouch. And then to refresh it, you could just use your gloss for your ends. Now, if she has gray hair, obviously we're gonna have to use a gray formula, right? So what I would do is make sure that you mix up whatever formula for your base that has your gray formula in there, and then proceed with the rest of your hair. We don't really need to have a gray formula for the whole head if there's no gray in the whole head, correct? I don't like to put permanent color on the ends of the hair. I like to use a demi unless I'm trying to lift and completely change. So I have the whole head base now. So now I'm gonna go through and figure out what colors I'm gonna use next. So we have 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. Remember I said I wanna start with using the 9 copper and the 6.43 in the front of the head, and then I'm going to use the same color that I used on the base for this section, and then in the back here we're going to be doing the lighter section again. Now you can use foil if you want to help hold it in place, totally up to you guys, just to secure it. Sometimes it's easier for people, especially if you're using really different colors or much lighter colors. You want to make sure that you're saturating that color in so it's on both sides. All the way down to the ends. And you're going to let this process for about 30 minutes. Remember guys, this is going to be, you can use this with a permanent or a demi-permanent. So if you wanted to take your permanent colors and mix them with Zero Lift, you can do that as well. That's going to give you a demi-like result, making a demi-like color. If you can see, I'm just blending this in to the base where I applied the first formula, and I'm just saturating the hair. I just have the foil there to keep it separated since I am using a lighter color, and I will go back to the bottom of the hair to add that darker piece underneath. You can also extend this color onto the bottom that I've left out you can actually separate that and do every other color as well to create more dimension. But when you guys see the end result, you'll see why I'm doing it this way. This is just, I wanted to share with you this technique because, again, it's something that's very easy to do. You can add it on to your color retouch service, and it's not going to take a bunch of extra time behind the chair. And it's a simple, easy add-on. And your client's going to love it. Feel free to ask any questions. Trying to answer them, see them. All right, so our section in the back we have done. I'm just gonna clean off my hands, and I'm going to switch back to my base color that has the chocolate in it. Let's see, let's turn you around, my friend. Hopefully you guys can see this a little better. All right, so this whole section, you know, some people might think, oh my gosh, that's a really big section to color. Is it going to look like it's separated or blocked? These colors are so, they complement each other so nicely that it's going to look very nice and blended. So this is the same base color that we used that I'm gonna be pulling through this top triangle. And again, I'm gonna put a piece of foil just to help protect her hair. Does the entire base of the head have the same darker color? The entire base of the head? Yes, it does. Great question. The entire base is the same color. And then we just have these 3 sections up top that are going to be broken up. So this section that we're doing now is the same color as the base section, which is a 6.4 and a chocolate. Good question, thank you. Now, as you go through each of these subsections, you could absolutely do one with Formula A and one with Formula B. You could even add in a Formula C, whatever you want. Again, I'm just showing you a really fun and simple technique that you can utilize behind the chair to add a little bit more pizzazz into your color. And it's an easy upsell. Sometimes we think that when we add another color, it's going to take so much longer. But when you're in control of the hair and you have sectioning and placement, you'll find that you work a lot faster and a lot smarter. And your end result is beautiful. Now, of course, when we are doing something different on a client, we always want to talk to them about their lifestyle, right? And what their maintenance is and what they how they like to style their hair before we give them a new look, right? It's so important to give a really good consultation, because a lot of times somebody could leave our salon and the hair looks beautiful, but they get home and they're like, wow, this is nothing what I asked for. I'm not so sure I like it. Same thing with the haircut. You know, we want to make sure that it doesn't only fit their wants, but it also fits their needs. Does that make sense? Whenever we're giving somebody a new look, we want to make sure that it's going to complement them and that they're going to be able to style it the same way. I mean, how many of you guys have clients that, you know, they're constantly saying to you, oh gosh, I love how you do my hair. I wish I could create that look. Well, they absolutely can, you guys. You know, make sure that you're putting those tools in their hand. Make sure you're putting that blow dryer, that brush in their hand, and teaching them how to recreate that look that you just gave them. You can give somebody the best haircut in the world, and if they can't recreate it, they're not gonna love it. You also wanna make sure that it works with their lifestyle needs. You know, if you give somebody a new fresh haircut to go with that beautiful color and they cannot style it, they're not gonna love it. We wanna make sure that we are adapting for our clients' want, but also their need. All right, so now I have that section done with the chocolate and the 6.4C copper. Now we're gonna go to this next section, and we're gonna go back here. We're gonna put that lighter color in, which is the 9.4 and the copper gold. I'm just going to take the comb and kind of blend this out a little bit. And I'm gonna hold the hair straight up, and I'm gonna start my process. And this is the last section. I'm gonna put another piece of foil underneath just to protect her. I'm going back in with our 9.34. You guys, it's also really important that when you're coloring the hair, make sure, especially if it's a first-time client, make sure that you do a thorough consultation. Make sure that there is no residue in the hair if she uses a lot of products, or if she has hard water, or if she's on medications. If you're trying to lift the hair, you want to make sure that you get all of those impurities out so that you have a nice, beautiful end result. So make sure that you pre-prep the hair. I always suggest using the new Pure Mix charcoal shampoo. It's absolutely amazing. It's going to help to release any of those unwanted minerals and chemicals in the hair and have the hair ready and prepped for your fresh color. Also, it's really, really important, you guys, you know, when somebody's investing in their hair and they, you know, spend money to get their hair done, we want to make sure that we're protecting that investment. So make sure that you talk to them about the products that they need to use to take home with them. So for example, this client is getting beautiful coppers, right? And chocolates in her hair. I want to make sure that when she gets home, she's maintaining this look. So I'm going to send her home with a color protecting shampoo. I absolutely love the Pure Mix Pomegranate. If you have used the Pure Mix Pomegranate and love it, please let me know. Share your comments and results with us if you've gotten some great feedback. If you guys have not tried the new Pure Mix line, I highly recommend that you do, because it's absolutely beautiful for the hair. There's no parabens and sulfates in it. It's all cruelty-free. And it truly does help to replenish the hair. And the color lasting results are absolutely amazing. All right, guys, so we're almost done this last section. Man, time flies when you're having fun. All right. So I'm gonna let this process for about 30 minutes, all right? Now, as you know, I did not do the underneath of the hair yet. The underneath, we're just going to do with the chocolate. Again, the first formula that we used. Oh, you have to try it. I think you'll absolutely love it. Love the Honey Pure Mix. I love the Pure Mix, Trish. It's probably one of my favorite. I can't even keep it in the salon. It's so great and nourishing for the hair. And the moisture that it helps your hair retain is unreal. So we're gonna remove Cindy, okay? And I'm gonna bring back my girl. I already have a mannequin done for you today. You guys, this color, the turnout is absolutely stunning. I don't know if this camera will do it justice, but look at that. See how the She just has a nice base in there and it just shines. The shine is beautiful. Can you guys see that? And it just melts right into the rest of her hair. And it looks like she's had highlights. What do you guys think about that? Isn't it pretty? My daughter said, Mom, can I have that color? I said, no, you're 9. So absolutely stunning. If you guys can see, it has a nice base there. So it looks like it's just a nice color melt. It looks like you've done a million little baby lights in there, right? No baby lights, no highlighting, none of that. Yes, it is a perfect blend, Trish. I absolutely love it. And again, you guys can do this with so many different colors. You just take the technique and make it your own. But the color is absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love how shiny it is. And just for, you know, the live sake, I didn't put any products in her hair. I literally just blew dry her because I wanted to show you the shine that our Deep Shine color gives. And the lasting result, like there's no frizz in her hair. It just conditions the hair from our marine extracts. I just love it. All right, so again, I just want to show you guys this. This is my placement. And you can section this out. So I only did 3 sections here. You can actually make that into as many sections as you want. And all I did was just broke it down literally from right here, right there at her eye. And I just brought it all the way around, sectioned out that top piece, and then broke it up from there in triangles. And then the bottom piece, I just left it all one color. So I just used the formula with the 6-4 and the 6 chocolate. But it just gives a beautiful tone. Can you guys see that? All right. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed my simple live today. Again, I just like to share with you guys some simple and easy ways that you can make money behind the chair and keep it very simple and fast.